you guys, today's video I thought I would just do a little chit chat and sit down with you, a little get to know me maybe. It's a Saturday. It's the week my husband and I took off for vacation. We both took off of work. We were supposed to vacation down in Delaware, but you know, with COVID and everything, we never got to make it down there. And then we were supposed to do quite a bit this weekend. We did more things towards the week, but we had a little bit of an unexpected vet issue with my puppy. Well, he's 1 year old and he is a Chihuahua. He was still intact. He hadn't been spayed yet, or neutered. I think neutered, sorry. He hadn't been neutered yet, so he started recently. Now, a little backstory with him. We got him when he was 6 weeks old. He was way too young to be weaned from his mother, but for some reason the lady refused to keep him, and I was concerned that if we didn't take him, I didn't know whose hands he would be, you know, given to, and I didn't know what kind of care he would have, and I had already kind of formed a little attachment to him. But I really think that's where a lot of the problems stem from, was him being way too young. When we first got him, we definitely took him to a vet right away, and she said he was healthy and everything. We just had to be very careful with him and, you know, make sure we handle his mouth, put our fingers in his mouth, make sure everyone was kind of handling him, because Chihuahuas can be very territorial, but I never realized the extent of how territorial they can be. And we moved into a new house, and I never thought about it till the vet said something, and they had 2 large male dogs here previous. And they said that Chihuahuas are very territorial, and if he's smelling the other dogs, that could be posing an issue. So he said, let's neuter him immediately, as in like the day after that visit. So he went in on a Thursday, and yesterday, which was Friday, he was neutered. He had never shown any signs of aggression until we moved into this new house. And it started very little things, just like he wouldn't go outside at first. And then he graduated to attacking my other dog, which was very scary. And he was doing it 2 or 3 times a day. And, well, first he was doing it once, and it would be like once a week. And I thought, okay, maybe, you know, he just turned 1. Maybe he's just having a tough time. And then when he was doing it more than once, I was like, that's it. We need to get him a vet, because someone's going to be hurt. And for his safety and our safety, and for... it's just not fair to him either, or my other dog. So we got him to the vet immediately. We took him to a pet urgent care, and they said they don't like to sedate dogs. They don't like to have them medicated and sedated and just completely loopy. So he said, let's neuter him and put him on a low dose of Prozac for 60 days. It's temporary. It's not a permanent fix right now, and see what that does, because it takes a while. Because it can take a while for the, you know, the hormones to get out of his body, his testosterone. And then they found that he had a couple impacted he had a couple impacted baby teeth that they took out, which was unexpected. So and he had stitches in his mouth, so he's quite miserable. And then I think that when he's healed, I'm going to contact a trainer to see what we can do, because I want to exhaust all measures before we resort to anything extreme like medicating, or even, unfortunately, I wouldn't want to ever rehome an animal. I've never done that in my life, but I need to make sure my family's safe, he's safe. So I want to literally exhaust all measures, and this was the best option, was neutering him. And I know it's for the health of the dog. So that's how our weekend started. And then, so now we're just sitting here recuperating with him, which, you know, I understand when you're a pet owner, that's your responsibility. It still kind of stinks, but as long as he's okay. So I did something different with my hair, moving on. I curled it with a very tiny barrel, one of those chopstick barrels. Honey, get your dad working. Honey. So like I was saying, I had to cut the video because the dog was kind of not happy. So I did my hair a little differently. I feel like they almost look more natural, like more natural curls. Maybe I'm crazy, but I use those really tiny chopstick ones. It's kind of funny, when I first bought the chopstick curler, it had a European, I think, plug. God, my husband's welding. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. He's doing a side job. So, oh my god, I got distracted. So it had like a European adapter, so I had to go get an adapter for obviously an American outlet. But I do love it. When I first do my curls like this, I hated the first day. I was like miserable. I was pissed off. I hated the curls. But I feel like they kind of look softer and prettier the next day. So that, and I wore no foundation today. I just wore concealer and powder, and I kind of think that I'm ridiculous for wearing foundation. I almost think it makes me look a little more youthful. And I'm wearing this on my lips. It's my favorite lip gloss. It's Stone from Maybelline. It's just the hyaluronic acid lip glosses. These are amazing. I've gone through one whole one and half of this one, so I definitely recommend it. I'm sorry if you can hear that welding. He's welding a friend's duck hunting boat. I don't know. So I just thought I would do this video. I don't even know if I'm going to post it. I had filmed something like this the other day when I was driving down to the shore, but I just didn't like the way it turned out, so I just kind of scrapped it. But I sort of love these like sit down, get to know me more videos. So I thought maybe I would film one and just, I don't know, maybe tell you a few things about myself. I don't know. My first name is Charlene, first of all. I know I don't introduce myself properly. I'm brand new to this whole thing. But my first name is Charlene, and I've had a lot of nicknames my whole life, but my number one, like what my whole family and friends call me, is Charlie. When my mom named me, I was named after my great-grandmother's brother. I don't know why she just didn't name me Charlie, so my name is Charlene Francis, but my family has always called me Charlie. And weirdly enough, I have two younger siblings that are quite, you know, they're like 10 years younger than me. And they call me Abba, A-B-B-A. They've called me that their whole lives. I have no idea where it came from, but that's what they've always called me. I'm 33. I am a Sagittarius. I was born December 11th, and I am absolutely a Sagittarius. If you think of any good traits of a Sagittarius, I have them, and mostly the bad. I am very mouthy. I say things that I shouldn't, which gets me in trouble often. I like my freedom, and that's sort of why my husband and I work well, because I like to do whatever I want. I don't listen well, especially when I'm told what to do. I do not like being told what to do. And I am a philosopher through and through. I have a lot to say. So yes, everything about a Sagittarius is me. One like little thing is, I always say I'm like the shyest, most outgoing person, you know. I know that's like such a contradiction, but Sagittarius are very you know, like our personalities are very contradicting. If I am not going to be, I'll know immediately if I'm going to be close with you, and if I'm not like that instant cosmic click, it's just not going to happen. I mean, obviously I'll be friends and polite, but I just know if I'm going to be instantly obsessed with somebody, basically, or I just know instantly if I'm going to be close with somebody. So some things I love. One, I have lived by the water my whole life. I've lived in South Jersey forever, my whole entire 33 years. I eat, breathe, smell, love, everything you can think of is the water. I love being on the boat with my family, fishing, swimming, just sitting in the heat on the beach. I love it all. It's just therapy to me. And I consider it like almost like one of my hobbies. I also love reading. Right now I am reading a quart of Silver and Flames, and I can't wait to start her new series. I love Sarah J. Maas. She's incredible. I have been reading, I don't remember a time where I didn't read. High fantasy is literally my favorite. Then I love, obviously, mysteries and horror. I really enjoy historical fiction. I'm not a huge romance reader, but I'll read any type of genre, really, and science fiction isn't always like my thing. My favorite book is All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. I love the Cursebreaker series, and I'll pop those little books on the screen, and Jack the Ripper is one of my favorite series. And the Jack the Ripper series, her new Witch series, I really love it. I'm excited for October because her new book is coming out. So reading is a huge part of my life. It always has been. Whenever I'm, it doesn't matter what mood I'm in, I enjoy reading. It just is a major part of therapy for me. It just rejuvenates me. It makes me feel like I'm living a million different things. It's just so much fun for me. I enjoy reading a lot. It's one of my favorite things. I try when I'm not busy to read. Last year I was able to read anywhere between 1 and 1.5 books a week. Right now it's just not happening for me with the move and my animals and starting school again. I just can't do it. I'm reading maybe, I don't even want to say it, 2 books a month if I'm lucky. It's really upsetting to me. I know that's so silly, but it means the world to me to be able to read. And then makeup is a major therapy for me. I know some people do yoga or exercise or, walking, anything, but makeup, when I sit down at my table, I can zen out and I can be creative, and it just makes me very happy. I wish society wasn't so strange about makeup. Like, it's a creative outlet. It washes off. I wish it wasn't like strange for men to wear makeup. I can't wait till there's a time where anybody can wear it and it's just not looked at as funny. I think it should be available to any skin tone, any person. I am very passionate about makeup. I know that's silly, but it's just a creative outlet for me. And I love it. I really do. I'm not the best at it. I just practice and I love it. I really do. It's something that I don't have to think about. I can put a podcast on and do my makeup and that's all I'm thinking. I concentrate on that. So anything I'm upset about or thinking about too much goes away for that little time that I'm doing my makeup. And I just can't wait till we're at a time where anybody can wear it. I think even if you're not very good at it, you should be wearing it if it makes you happy. If you just like a little mascara, then just wear a little bit. If you love a full face like me every day, I wear makeup for me, not my husband, not my friends, family. I wear it for myself. I wear it on days when I'm not even leaving the house because it makes me feel good. So that's something I really enjoy. Now, what I do for a living is, I just want to share some things with you so you can get to know me a little more. Like, I thought about it. Who the hell wants to subscribe to someone's channel that they don't know anything about? It's about personal connection. And that's why I joined YouTube to begin with years ago, was I wanted that personal connection. And then I wanted to share things. And if people don't know anything about you, what makes, there's no enticement to come in and rejoin and keep coming back. So for a living, I have been working for the same company since 2017. I work with adults with autism. We're called direct support persons. Technically, it's like an aide. But I don't go to a group home or a group setting. I go to someone's personal house. I pick him up. I've been with the same person for 4 or 5 since 2017. I pick him up and we do whatever he needs to do, or we practice whatever needs to be done. They are very routine oriented people. He doesn't like change very much, and we've gotten to know each other very well over the last 4 or 5 years. So it has been difficult and rewarding at the same time. And I really enjoy my job. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do it because I am about 45 minutes away, but I do travel every day to go see him, or every other day. It's 25 hours a week. I just do part-time right now. And I'm hoping to maybe someday go back to school for something, because my daughter's going to be a freshman this year, and I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands, and I just need something to do. You know what I mean? So I would love to go back to school either for maybe animals, something with animals, like a vet tech, or a groomer even, or maybe something in the makeup industry. I just don't know what yet. So that's just that. I have been married since I was 18 years old. I met my husband in 2005. We got married extremely soon. Probably way too soon to be married. Obviously 18 is not the ideal marriage age. I mean, anybody can do whatever they want. But you definitely don't know yourself. You don't know your partner well enough. We are very fortunate to have made it 15 years. But in the beginning of our marriage, it was very, very difficult. We didn't have money at all. I mean, no money. I don't know how we survived sometimes. I look back and it probably is why I have such a source of anxiety when it does come to money now. That's a major fear of mine, not providing for my family financially. I know there's more important things in the world, but not being able to give my family what they need scares me. I'm very fortunate now that my husband has a very, very good job, but we struggled bad in the beginning. Not even just financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. It was just difficult. That's definitely something I can elaborate on. We had a very tough time in the beginning of our marriage, but we are very fortunate to have made it and are still together, and we still like each other. We still love each other, because I know that's a big important thing. I feel like we love each other more now than we did as kids. We were just kids. We were too young. I was pregnant right away. It was my first very, very serious relationship. It was just moved very quickly. And we're just lucky that it worked out the way it did, because I know some people, sadly, it just isn't right for them. So we were lucky that our marriage worked out as good as it did. I don't know the future, but I feel like our marriage works because we are so opposite. Like, I mean, you don't have two more opposite people, but we compromise a lot, and we agree to disagree on some things, but when we fight about things, it's important, and we make sure it counts, and we always come to some compromise. And not that we don't have similar hobbies, like, he and I enjoy a lot of the same things, but we balance each other out, because he is very up here and high strung, and he's one of the most high strung people. He's very passionate. He's very work oriented, a workaholic. He is very motivated, and he plans everything, and everything has to be done by the book, and this, and this. And I'm very down here, slow, fly by the seat of my pants. I don't take anything serious in life. I just kind of let everything kind of roll off my back. If people say something mean, I just let it go. Very happy-go-lucky. My family always tells me how bubbly I am, and I get almost, I don't know how this is going to sound strange, but like, if I have any negativity in my life, whether that's somebody who's being grouchy or puts me in a weird mood, it almost physically affects me. It kind of makes me almost physically ill. I know that's so bizarre, but I can't stand negativity. I literally can't. Like, any type of negativity, it affects me physically. I am a very positive person, and sometimes my husband isn't. So we just balance each other out in that way. I'm not saying we don't have a lot in common. We share many, many things that we love. We just are opposites, and I think a lot of that has played into helping our marriage work. Not saying that two people that are alike don't work. It's just what's worked for us. At 27, I had become my sister's legal guardian. Well, my husband and I did, and it was not easy. They were teenagers, 15 and 16, and I was only 27 years old, and I had to grow up fast, like fast. Being the mother role for teenagers was not easy, but we are 5 years later, and we are still living together and happy. And my sister is 21 now, and my other sister is 22, about to be 23, and she is going to join the Marines on September 11th of this year, 2021. She is going in the Marines. She's 5 feet and about 120 pounds, so just pray for us. I was very scared when she told me she was joining the Marines. Like, I'm still having a tough time, because even though I only legally became their guardian in 2015, I have always raised those girls. Even when I was younger, even too young, even when they were born, I always took care of them. So they've always been like my babies. So I'm not their mother, but it feels like it sometimes, So that's just some things about me. Maybe I'll do a couple more of these. I don't want to bore you too much. just chatting about different things, not necessarily just about me, but like a lot of things that I believe in. I am very, very into women, empowering women, making sure that we stick together as women because we're the only people that understand each other. Only women go through women's issues, and I feel like it's good to be there for each other. Now, I like to gossip. Look, I'm not perfect. I love hearing gossip. But I don't like to tear any other person down. I never like to hurt people. I'm very big on empowering other people, making sure I'm there for people's success and failures. You got to support each other no matter what. I am very animal supportive, animal rights. I don't like anything when it comes to animals being hurt. I am very just pro whatever makes you happy. And I have a lot of things that I just think that are just common decency, common basic things people enjoy and love and believe in, are many of the similar things that I feel. I'm a very easygoing, fly by the seat of my pants. I don't like drama. I feel like when you have, now this is going to be like, I don't even know if I'm going to share this. I don't even know if I'm going to keep this whole thing. But I'm going to say it anyway because I'm sure many people can relate. I feel like when you have a lot of trauma in your beginning of your life, whatever that trauma may be, whether it's something very, very small, could be you were picked on the playground, or you could be full-blown bullied, or you could be somebody that has dealt with some type of abuse or neglect, or you had a parent gone or die, or whatever your trauma is. It is so amazing to me, and so I can't wrap my head around how early trauma can just mold you into who you are as an adult, whether that makes you go down a path that isn't great or it sends you down a different path in your life. And I always wonder, it just amazes me what it can do. And when you've dealt with early trauma or even trauma in your adult life, I feel like you become a person, it can go two ways. And in my life, in my early life, I was very just not good. It just was not good for me. And then when things changed, when I had to take my sisters, I changed my whole life, and I decided that I was not going to allow anyone to control my emotions, and I was not going to allow anyone to affect me negatively, and that I don't have a lot of time here. So I was going to do what I wanted that made me happy, no matter what that may be. Within reason, obviously. You know what I mean? I'm not crazy. But, not that there's wrong with being crazy, because I am a little crazy. But I just was never going to allow anything to bother me again. I know that's very difficult for people, and it took me a long, long time to be like I am. I love the way I look. I love the way I sound. I love everything about myself. And that's where I started my journey with becoming confident. And I was very, very heavy, extremely heavy a couple of years ago, about 7 years ago. And then I started losing weight. I've lost over 100 pounds. I'm still heavy, obviously. I have a lot of extra skin. And for a long time it bothered me. And then every day I would get up and I'd be like, man, I'm beautiful. And I would make sure my family heard me saying that. My daughters heard me saying that. When I refer to my daughters, I have one daughter with my husband, and then my two sisters is what I mean. But I made sure they heard me saying that, because I went to a doctor's appointment once and he said to me, if you're going to raise teenagers, you got to start talking to them right now about everything, about sex, about their bodies, about everything. You need to make sure they know it's okay. And I've made affection a big part of my husband and I, showing them that affection is good and love is good and arguing is okay. And I made sure they knew that they need to love themselves. And when I was able to start loving myself, my whole life changed. I know that's so cliche, but it's the truth. When I was able to accept the things I couldn't change and love myself even when I make mistakes is kind of when my life changed, you know? So I've become more confident as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, everything. You know, though, I'll tell you this, when you have a good support system, I'm very lucky that my husband is very understanding about a lot of things. It does help. It really does. When you don't have a support system, sometimes it doesn't. It can be difficult and it can take a little longer. But when you have a really good support system, I think that's when things kind of just fall into place for you. You know, and I'm not perfect. I don't want this to come off as like I don't have tough days. I do. I get into nasty moods sometimes and I can have a temper, but I try not to allow it to last too long. I allow myself to feel whatever I'm feeling, and then I tell myself it's time to move on. It is. And like I said, when you've gone through a lot in your earlier life, you can either, unfortunately, sometimes it affects people negatively. And I understand that because I've had a lot of family where it affected them negatively, and myself included. But I was very fortunate to kind of fix my life and be able to have the opportunity to get better. So I just wanted to share this with you. I don't know if I'm brave enough to post this. I'm not even sure if people would be interested in watching it. But I hope to maybe do some more if I'm brave enough to post this. So that is all for today. Probably bored you long enough. But I will see you all in the next video, and I hope you subscribe. I hope you stick around because I do a lot of fashion related videos. They're my favorite, and I hope to do a lot for you this fall. So if you're interested in sticking around, I would love to have you. I would love to know things about you in the comments, anything you want to tell me. I wish there was a way to private, even, you know, semi-private messages, but maybe in the future we can set something up here. But I will see you all in the next video. And I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful day, a wonderful moment. And if you're not, maybe tomorrow will be better for you guys. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.